Well, all right, excitement is in the air as we gear up to celebrate the biggest night of film. Well, this Sunday, the top stars of the big screen are making their way to Hollywood's Dolby Theater for the 95th annual Oscar ceremony. And of course, one of the biggest components of the occasion is the fans. And that's why we are here at 6 News sitting down to speak with our favorite movie fan and director, chair host, Shawn Hobbs. Shawn?
I've come out of my cave.
You've come out of your cave.
Once a year, like the groundhog.
Definitely. So glad you are here to talk about this, Shawn. So let's get right down to it. Let's talk about what happened at the Oscars last year.
Oh boy.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow.
Okay, now this is something that we are not going to forget. It was the slap scene around the world. A lot of controversy behind this. And Shawn, because of this, they're going to be taking some different safety measures at the Oscars this year.
They have a crisis team, they're calling it this year, to try and prevent something like this from happening. If you look at that footage, though, what on earth could a crisis team have done to prevent that? Everybody, including if you watch Chris Rock's body language, everybody thought Will Smith was coming up there to kind of horse around, play around with Chris.
Yeah.
And no, that's not what he did.
That's not what he did.
He said in his special, it still hurts. Yeah, it hurts. It still hurts a year later.
Wow.
I don't know what they could do to prevent it. Now, I know there was that period of time after the slap where Will Smith was back in the audience, and a lot of people questioned, why are they just letting him sit there after he assaulted a guy?
Yeah.
It was because he was probably going to win an award, I think. But maybe a crisis team would try and remove someone, I guess.
Definitely. They didn't know what to do.
That happened?
Never seen anything like that at the Oscars before.
Also, I'd like to add, you know how the Oscars, every year we hear stories about how they're desperate for ratings. We want to boost the ratings, want to get more people to watch. If they had any guts, they would have gotten Will Smith and Chris Rock to host the Oscars together.
Oh my goodness.
Wouldn't you watch that?
Make peace. I would definitely watch that.
So they'd spend like 3/4 of the show with like a giant diamond-encrusted Oscar wall between them.
Oh.
and then by the end of the night, they'll hug it out.
Hug it out.
And make up.
That would have been a great
Ratings
idea.
Winner. Nobody ever asked me these things.
You should have wrote to the Oscar, Shawn. We probably could have made that happen.
Absolutely.
Okay, so, some big movies, are up for awards, some great actors and actresses. So I am, just kind of eager to know what you think on a couple of these. So we're going to start off with Best Supporting Actor.
Okay.
So we have Brendan Gleeson with The Banshees of Inisherin. We have Brian Tyree Henry, The Causeway. We have Judd Hirsch, The Fabelmans. And then we have Barry Keoghan, The Banshees of Inisherin. And then we have Ke Quan, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. So
one thing you'll hear me say several times this morning is a lot of the fun and surprise of trying to predict the Oscars has disappeared over the years because of all of the award shows leading up to the Oscars. The SAGs, the BAFTAs, the Golden Globes, the Critics' Choice Awards, which I actually vote in sometimes. So by the time we get to the actual Oscars, sometimes something's a foregone conclusion. And this one is an absolute lock for Ke Huy Quan, who has a great, the Oscars love a comeback story. So he was a child actor in the 80s, was Data in the Goonies, was Indiana Jones's best ever sidekick short round. Couldn't get work for a very long time after he grew up, never gave up, finally scored this role, and now he's nominated for an Oscar.
Wow, way to go.
If you see him, and he's been doing a lot of interviews and press because he keeps just cleaning up throughout award season. He's won so many already. He's a really sweet, genuine guy. He's super grateful for not only the comeback, but I mean, all the attention he's received just for this.
Yeah.
So I think he's a lock. He's the closest thing to a lock for the night. He's like I said, he's been just steamrolling through award season, picking up every award possible. He's really good in the movie, probably the best thing in the movie.
Oh, wow.
So that would be my prediction. If, and I think there's a very slim chance, if there was an upset, it would be one of the two guys from the Banshees of Inisherin.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? Well, good luck to them all.
Right.
We'll.
It's an honor to be nominated anyway.
Yeah.
This
it's
is the
an
best.
honor.
This is the best 5 performances out of 500.
Yeah.
We've already won, sort of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go on to Best Supporting Actress.
Okay.
We have Angela Bassett in The Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. We have Hong Chow, The Whale. Carrie Condon in The Banshees of Inisherin. Jamie Lee Curtis, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. And Stephanie Hsu, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Wow, 2 from the same movie.
2 from the same movie, and that's usually a problem because they tend to split the votes between.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. Oscars are weird. This one's not as sure of a thing as the last one we talked about, but Angela Bassett for Wakanda Forever, I think, has the best chance. Probably, she's not in the movie much.
Okay.
That doesn't necessarily work against you. People have won Oscars for being in a movie for 7 or 8 minutes before. But she's a legend who has been awesome for decades. Everybody within the industry feels the same way, so they're going to want to honor her. This is kind of a career Oscar. This is, you're great in Wakanda Forever, but you've been great forever, and this is for your entire career.
Okay. Gotcha.
If there was an upset here, Jamie Lee Curtis, another a beloved vet in the industry, and Carrie Condon for the Banshees of Inisherin, who's also very good. But I'm feeling Angela Bassett for now.
Angela Bassett.
I could change my mind by Sunday.
Okay, well, listen, we will be watching to see. Okay, well, going next, we have Best Actor. This is a big one. We have Austin Butler in Elvis. We have Colin Farrell, the Banshees of Inisherin. Brendan Fraser in The Whale, and Paul Mescal, After Sun. Bill Nye,
Yes.
Bill
Like the
Nye.
science guy, but
guy.
but a British guy. Yeah.
Bill Nye in The Living. So, you can guess these guys on the screen. Who would you say?
Brendan Fraser. He also has been steamrolling through award season, winning all the way up to now. Now, that can backfire sometimes, but because the Oscars are the last award show to vote, they just a couple of days ago finished voting. It can get to a point where, you know what, I'm sick of seeing this guy win. I'm going to vote for somebody else. That can happen. Ask Saving Private Ryan. That's how it famously lost the Oscar for Best Picture, is because it just kept winning, and eventually gets to the point where a voter might say, I'm going to vote for something else.
Oh, okay.
But so Brendan Fraser, another comeback story. Like I said, the industry loves a comeback story. His career had not been what it had been, back in the 90s. This is a fantastic part for him. It's one of those transformation roles. He plays a 600-pound shut-in with the help of some also Oscar-nominated makeup effects as well. So yeah, I think it's his. Definitely the person who's sneaking up on him throughout Oscar season is Austin Butler for Elvis.
Okay.
Who is really terrific. What he has working against him is that he's very young, and Oscars tend to go older. The thinking being, if you're a voter, you think, I really want to vote for that kid, but he'll be back.
He'll be back. Okay.
And Brendan Fraser's story is a big comeback.
And I would say I haven't,
victory.
like you said, I haven't seen Brendan Fraser in a long time. At one time he was a huge actor. So I would definitely like to see that movie because I keep hearing so many good things about it.
All of his acceptance speeches are always really emotional and sincere and nice, and people like that too. The voters pay attention to that stuff, and they just like to see him win at a certain point. So that's I'm predicting Brendan for now.
Predicting Brendan. Yeah. All right, we got it. All righty, so now we're going to go on to
Best Actress.
Best Actress. Yep, skipping ahead. There we go. Okay, Best Actress. We have Cate Blanchett. We have in Tar. Cate Blanchett in Tar. We have Ana de Armas, Blonde. Andrea Riseborough, To Leslie. And Michelle Williams in The Fabelmans. And Michelle Yeoh, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. What's your prediction?
I think it's Cate Blanchett.
Okay.
Who again has the momentum throughout award season right now. She's always great. What she has working against her is that she's already won 2 Oscars.
Wow.
That's never stopped the Oscars before from rewarding someone, but I'm hearing a lot of a lot of buzz for Michelle Yeoh just these last few weeks as we get closer and closer to the awards. Also, you know, funny thing, Cate Blanchett, when she's been winning some of these awards the last few months, has alluded to the idea that, really, you guys are giving this to me again? This is getting embarrassing. So there's the sense out there that, you know, maybe she's not as into this. You know, she's already won a bunch of times. So if we're going to award someone else, I think it's going to be Michelle Yeoh.
Okay.
I'm saying Cate Blanchett for now. By Sunday, I may change my mind to Michelle Yeoh.
Yeah, what would it be like to be like, oh, give it to someone else? Wow.
Yeah.
To get that big in Hollywood,
Right.
It must be nice.
Shout out to Danielle Deadwyler, who absolutely should have been nominated for Till. You know, there was a little controversy about Andrea Riseborough being nominated for To Leslie. I don't know if you heard about any of that, but she kind of came out of nowhere. It was a small indie movie. They didn't have the budget of some of these big studios to mount this big, expensive Oscar campaign, which is what these studios do for some of these other folks. So it was actors going on social media and saying, hey, you really need to check out this performance. I think it's awards worthy. And some people cried foul. They weren't doing anything any different than the big studios do with millions of dollars at their disposal, so nothing wrong with that. If Danielle Deadwyler missed out, but I don't even know that I'd trade her for Andrea Riseborough. Maybe Michelle Williams, because she technically belongs in supporting actress. For some weird reason is an actress. Anyway.
Wow, okay. Shawn knows just about everything. We need to have you at the Oscars, Shawn.
No, I don't know about that.
Okay, well, moving on now to Best Picture. All right, so we have All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, The Way of Water, The Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, and Women Talking. What's your pick?
So, and congratulations on Inisherin. It took me forever to see you said it right every time. It took me a while to get it right. Everything Everywhere All at Once. I don't agree with this personally because I didn't love that movie like everyone else seems to. I liked it.
Okay.
I saw it back last spring, and it never once occurred to me that I'd be talking about it at Oscar season, much less to win Best Picture. But it is the movie with all of the buzz and the momentum right now to win this thing. Earlier in the season, we felt like it'd be that Spielberg movie, The Fabelmans, but people just kind of stopped talking about it. And then Everything Everywhere All at Once has just been scoring everywhere else. It is beloved in the industry.
Yeah.
I think it has the best chances right now. Like I said, I won't be crazy about it, but do you know my favorite, actually, one of my favorite movies of the year is Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
Okay? At one point, you would say, Top Gun Maverick doesn't have a chance. It's a big crowd pleaser. It's a blockbuster. Those kind of movies don't win Oscars, but that's not true because Titanic and Lord of the Rings and Forrest Gump, those movies all have won Best Picture. I don't see why not. It doesn't really have much of a chance anymore, but it wouldn't be that crazy.
Yeah, you never know which way these things can go.
It was easily the most satisfying movie experience of the year. People in the industry love it because it kind of helped save the theatrical business because we knew people would come out for superhero movies from the pandemic. We didn't know if adults over 40 would come out for anything. And they did in a huge way for Top Gun Maverick. So that movie gets a lot of credit for helping save the movie business in a way. So people would want to reward it for that. So if by chance Everything Everywhere All at Once didn't win, I think it might be Top Gun Maverick. Could be All Quiet on the Western Front. People seem to really, really like that. That is a Netflix, in America, it's a Netflix movie.
Okay.
A very brutal war movie. Not a fun time, but a very good movie.
Yeah.
I don't think anything else there stands much of a chance.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there you have it. We have one more here. We have.
Oh, Best Director.
Best Director.
That goes along with Best Picture. Those guys who directed Everything Everywhere All at Once. Two guys named Daniel. They refer to them as the Daniels.
The Daniels. Okay.
I think they'll win. Maybe Steven Spielberg could sneak in there because he's a sentimental favorite, but at this point, it seems like that Everything Everywhere movie just has it.
Just has it.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Well, you know what? It was great talking to you, Shawn. Our movie expert, I like to say, here at Channel 6. But yeah, we'll be watching the Oscars to see who takes home that the Golden Man. Is that what they call it? Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us on this 6 News Oscars special. You can be sure to see who wins at the Oscars this Sunday at 7 p.m. Then be sure to stick around for 6 News Weekend Edition with Bailey Bates at 10. That's all we got. See you at the Oscars.
Thanks for having me.